With 2025 now in full swing, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at 2024 in movies for me. Not just the movies that came out in 2024, but every movie I watched in 2024, whether it's an old classic that I'm watching for the first time, or a rewatch for a movie I've seen 100 times, or if it was a new release. I thought it'd be fun to just take a look at it. So on the website Letterboxd, if you are a patron or you are a pro member, you have this option for stats right here, and you can see your stats for the year or any year that you're on the site. You can look at all time, but we're going to look at 2024. So let's take a look. I haven't looked through all of this in detail, so let's take a gander here. 242 diary entries. It's a lot of movies. I will say some of those are short films, especially like the Oscar-nominated ones. I will usually log those. I'll just say a one-sentence thought on those. But 242 diary entries, pretty great. Watched 467 and a half hours of movies. It's a lot of movies. We've talked through this already, my top 20, I guess, of the year, so you get to see some of the lower ones. I've also added a few things and even moved some things around since I watched that video. I've upvoted Anora a little bit. I rewatched that, I think, the day after I posted that video. Loved it even more. And I watched Hundreds of Beavers the day I released the video, and I loved that movie. So Hundreds of Beavers is now in the top 5. And I also watched A Different Man. That one's great. Also, you can see in Romulus, Deadpool and Wolverine, Blink Twice, Strange Darling, sleeper hit of 2024. That movie was fantastic. This is every week that I watched a movie and how many movies I watched, so I always start off with a lot of movies. This was like my job coming back in full swing. I don't know what that date was, or what that week was. I do know this was a week I was out of the country on a mission trip, so nothing there. But then the week after, I went crazy catching up on stuff and watching stuff on the plane, stuff like that. Always in December, you're going to have a pretty high volume of stuff just as I'm catching up on movies. So none of that really surprises me. Average per month, 20.2. I like that one. Average per week, 4.6. That's a lot of movies averaged every week. And then days of the week, Mondays, Tuesdays are very low. I volunteer with a college ministry here in town on Tuesday nights, and so usually from like 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. I am very occupied, and so I usually don't watch a ton of films on Tuesdays, but Wednesdays are nice and big. Not as much anymore because my new job, I do a lot of student ministry stuff on Wednesdays. Thursdays, Fridays are big, and then Saturdays and Sundays for sure. Big movie watching days. First film, of course, every year. It's The Room. It's the first movie I watch every year. It's fantastic. Such a great movie. 50th, Letter to a Pig. It was an Oscar nominee for animated short. It's pretty good. Watched a lot of shorts around that time, that late February. Social Network, as you can see, we watched that one a few times. Borat, 150th. I was showing one of my friends Borat who had never seen it, so that's great. A Real Pain, that movie was great. And then the last movie I watched of the year, A Different Man, which made my top 15 after I made the video. So some more most watched. I watched a lot of movies twice, but Social Network 5 times. It's one of my favorites. It's an all-timer. It's so good. Dune Part 2, 4 times. 3 of those were in IMAX in theaters, so that's great. Deadpool and Wolverine, 3 times in theaters as well. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I love that movie, man. I love that movie. It's great. And then twice for Nora, Sonic, Conclave, Civil War. Yeah, it's pretty good. 2 French-spoken films. I don't remember watching French-spoken films. What were they? Pachyderm and Invincible. Some of the short films nominated for Oscars. And then Spanish. I know one of these is Emilia Perez. And then Society of the Snow. Nice. And then no spoken language. I know one of those was Flow. City Lights. Nice. Genres. Adventure. Adventure is kind of a broad genre, I feel like. But I like me some adventure. I like a good story that takes you a lot of places. Drama. Nice. Drama is also a pretty blanket term where it's like, oh, if you have an emotionally investing story, you're a drama. Action, lots of action. I love action. Tied with comedy, both 78 films. Wow. I also love me some sci-fi, so 65 sci-fi films. I'm not mad. Animation 37, thriller 34, fantasy 33, family 31, horror 26. Watch some horror. Now, what about with rating? Romance. Romance, my highest rating. I usually say romance or rom-coms are like my least favorite. It's my least, but the stats don't lie. Music, 4.5. Mystery, I love mystery. Drama, I rate drama's pretty high. Animation, yep. Crime at 4.18. Comedy, 4.13. That one's going to be a little lower. Some comedies don't work. Family films in general are a little lower because it's often the animated films that do speak a little bit more to me. Those like live action family films aren't my favorite. Then adventure, four, it's a good average, and then fantasy 4 as well. New Zealand rocking that high average score because of the Lord of the Rings. That's why. It's the 3 Lord of the Rings movies, and then Lord of the Rings War of the Rohirrim, which was a 4 out of 5. And so it's just a good score. Germany, really? What German stuff did I watch? Grand Budapest Hotel. Harry Potter's German? Nacho Libre's German? Harry Potter and Nacho Libre? German productions? Who knew? The themes and the nanogenres are super interesting to me. So themes. Superheroes in action-packed battles with villains. Come on, I'm a nerd. If the shoe fits, I gotta wear it. Epic heroes, crude humor and satire. I love satire. I love smart comedy. Not necessarily crude humor. I'm not the biggest crude humor guy, but I love satire. Gags, jokes, and slapstick. Okay. Slapstick's not my favorite style of humor, but I guess I just watched a lot of slapstick. Although Hundreds of Beavers, if you want some good slapstick, Hundreds of Beavers was fantastic. Fantasy adventure, heroism, and swordplay. Yeah, funny jokes and crude humor. Again, crude humor. I just like good jokes. I like good satire. I like smart jokes. Kids animated fun and adventure, kids animation, action comedy, and silly heroics. And action-packed space and alien sagas. Yeah. Nanogenres, we've got action, epic, emotion. A lot of those. I like big sweeping stories. See the Dune movies, see Avengers, all that stuff is just great. Comic book hero, exciting, fighting, cool, killing. There we go. Suspense, guns, action-packed. Yeah. Stunts, one-liners, formulaic. What's this? It's Deadpool and Spider-Man. Stunts, one-liners, formulaic. It's just Deadpool and Spider-Man. Action, evil, goofy. Goofy? What's goofy? Craven the Hunter. Animation, villain, colorful, space, technology, vision, superhero, nerds, justice, fighting, epic, anticlimactic. What's anticlimactic? How is Avengers Endgame anticlimactic? Please tell me in what world Endgame is anticlimactic. Or Revenge of the Sith, or Return of the King, or the first Avengers movies. None of those are anticlimactic. And then we'll look highest rated as well, just for curiosity's sake. Noir and dark crime dramas. Okay. I've never been the biggest fan of noir. But, when it's done well. Okay, yes. Yeah. Okay. So I love Knives Out. That's the movie I've seen the most in theaters. So I love Knives Out. That movie's great. It is like a dark crime drama, I guess. It's more of a comedy, but The Fugitive is a great crime drama. Memento is a great dark crime drama. And then Chinatown is amazing neo-noir dark crime drama. Student coming-of-age challenges. Yes, love me some good coming-of-age stories. They just hit me. Dangerous technology in the apocalypse. Okay, that's fun. Oppenheimer, Twister, and The Creator. Yeah, that makes sense. Thrillers and murder mysteries. I love thrillers and murder mysteries. Fascinating, emotional stories and documentaries. Intense political and terrorist thrillers. Amusing jokes and witty satire. Riveting political and presidential drama. I bet Civil War will be in here. Really? Civil War's not in there? That is all political drama. But Oppenheimer and Gandhi. Yeah, I liked Gandhi. It was a good movie. but Oppenheimer for sure. You can see a lot of these fives in the nanogenres. They've got me figured out. Emotional biography facts, probably a lot of Oppenheimer in there. Geeks, technology, excitement, I can assure you that that is just The Social Network mostly. Funny, kids, imaginative. What is that, a bunch of Disney stuff? Toy Story 2, The Incredibles, Charlie Brown. Okay, makes sense. Planet, humanity, future, college, nerd, silly, humor, skit, outrageous, cliche, college, school. Cliche, college, school. Oh, The Social Network. And then The Holdovers. Nah, those aren't cliche college movies. I mean, they're about school. That doesn't mean I like school movies. Hilarious, gross, America. What is that? Pop star and School of Rock. Alright, that makes sense. Relationships, geeks, obsession, that's probably more Social Network. And then swords, mythology, fantasy. Again, Letterboxd has got me down. I've been on the site for more than 6 years now. It knows my taste. Older than 2024 movies, 66.5%. I do watch a lot of older films. Rewatches. Wow. I had more first-time watches than I did rewatches. By two films. Wow. I love that. I want to take in more movies. I thought for sure rewatches would be way up here, but apparently not. I watched 42 films from my watch list, and I added a lot more. Cast, most watched, Ray Fiennes, makes total sense. I did a Harry Potter marathon, and then you throw in a couple Wes Anderson movies in there, and boom, you get Ray Fiennes. Willem Dafoe as well. I watched Spider-Man and also some Wes Anderson, Alan Rickman, Warwick Davis, David Bradley, Tom Felton, all the Harry Potter people. That's fair. Highest rated, Dave Bautista. I dig that. I mean, it's going to be Dune and Guardians of the Galaxy. Caleb Landry Jones. Now, who the frick is this guy? He's in The Social Network. He's in The Florida Project. And he's the brother in Get Out. Oscar Isaac, of course. Love Oscar Isaac. Jake Johnson. Tilda Swinton. Ian Holm. Sean Astin. John Rhys Davies. Yep, there's my Lord of the Rings representation right there. Okay, directors. Wes Anderson. Michael Bay. Dang it, I knew that Transformers marathon was going to bite me. I did watch all the Transformers movies. I watched all the Michael Bay ones. Oh, dang it. Ridley Scott, that's going to be Gladiator, Gladiator 2, and then Alien, and then Alien Covenant. I know that. Sean Baker, was catching up on some Sean Baker. I hadn't seen any of his films up until around the summertime. I watched Florida Project, Tangerine, before watching Anora. Fantastic filmmaker. I love him. Chris Columbus just makes some classic films. Denis, banger. It's going to be the two Dune movies, and then Arrival. I showed that to my class when I was teaching. David Yates with his Harry Potter films. Christopher Nolan. Love me some Nolan. Jared Hess. That's the guy behind Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre, all that stuff. And then Edgar Wright. I love me some Edgar Wright. He's great. Okay, highest rated, though. Denis. Yes, Denis Villeneuve. Fantastic. Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings. Edgar Wright, for sure. Jared Hess. Wait, was it just Nacho and Napoleon? Let's go. Let's go, dude. Okay, Joaquin Dos Santos, Justin K. Thompson, Kent Powers. They're the three directors behind Across the Spider-Verse. Damien Chazelle. Nice. I rewatched La La Land. I think that might have been the only one. Yeah, I only rewatched La La Land. Peter Ramsey and Rodney Rothman and Bob Perschetti. They're all the first Spider-Verse, so that makes sense. Lots of fives, though. Lots of fives. Matrix, Vertigo, Knives Out, The Batman, The Grand Budapest Hotel, all that stuff is just great. This is really, really cool. The crew and studios, you can see which friggin' art directors you watched the most of. You can see which stunt guys you watched the most of, what visual effects teams you watched the most of. and you can rate them highest rated. There's only a couple of these that I'm like super interested in. Writers for sure. Wes Anderson, lots of Wes. Steve Kloves. What have you written? Oh, lots of Harry Potter. Amazing Spider-Man. Okay. Editors is interesting. I don't know any of these guys. I do know who Joe Walker is. Bill Pope, Greg Fraser, classic cinematographers. I love that they're here on this list. I do want to look at composers. Yes, my boy Hans. Let's go. And then Michael Giacchino in there. He makes a lot of good stuff. Spider-Man, he did those. Inside Out, yep. Werewolf by Night. The Batman, Society of the Snow Incredibles. Amazing. Now, the other element that I think is really interesting here is the highest rated. So you can see which cinematographers and stuff you liked the most. So we'll look at writers. Phil Lord, yes. Peter Jackson, yes. Edgar Wright, of course. We're going to look at editors. Joe Walker. Greg Fraser. Come on, man. Come on. This is great. I do want to look at composers. Daniel Pemberton. Okay. Stephen Price. What could this be? Baby Driver and The World's End. An Edgar Wright guy. Alrighty. Justin Hurwitz. That's La La Land. Nathan Johnson. That's Knives Out. Bernard Herdman. That's an old-timey guy. Worked with Hitchcock. That's Psycho. Fantastic. Alright. Highs and lows. Highest average that of a film that I watched, I guess, would be 12 Angry Men. This is good. This is very good. That is my favorite movie, so I would hope so. Lowest average, Madam Web. What? It has a 1.5 Letterboxd curve. Holy crap, that's so bad. Most popular, Interstellar. That's fair, especially with the 10th anniversary re-release. Most obscure, Unlocked. This is just a little like YouTube very short, documentary short. But I watched it after I saw Sing Sing just because it features a few of those guys in there. And it's really powerful and it's great. It's like 7 minutes. Go watch it. Just look up Unlocked, The Power of the Arts in Prison. It's great. Newest film, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, fantastic. Oldest, City Lights. City Lights was fantastic. Longest, The Penguin. It's a limited series. They had it on here. And then Unlocked, shortest, 7 minutes. It makes sense. Rated higher than average. I like these a lot. Rated higher than average. The Room. I'm a Room defender. I love The Room. It's so fun. The Creator. I love The Creator. I think that movie's awesome. Nacho Libre. It's Nacho Libre. Come on. Christmas Vacation. Game Night. Yes, I love Game Night. And The Menu. The Menu is a brilliant piece of satire for sure. Rated lower than average. Movies I didn't like very much. Here. Did not like that one. Amelia Perez. Did not like that one. Smile 2. Missed out on my bottom 10. But I didn't like it very much. I don't understand why that average is so high, but here we are. The Benchwarmers, the movie's so dumb. It's so dumb. Ghostbusters, yeah. Venom. I mean, but those are low averages. 2.5, 2.5. And even those 3s are pretty low. This was super fun to go through. I'm glad I recorded this. I think I want to do this every year. This is a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.